So tonight was interesting, to say the least, on TimCast IRL. Tonight he had Ye, Nick Fuentes, and Milo. I'll be honest with you, in no way, shape, or form could I have handled what Tim was trying to pull off tonight. And I don't like Tim Pool, but I respect Tim Pool. I've consistently said that for a long time. Not a fan, but holy shit if I don't respect this guy. I respect what he's done, I respect what he's built, and I respect the grind that he's on. What he was trying to handle tonight, I feel like he just bit off more than he could chew. I said as much in the chat. If you go back, I was watching live, and within the first few minutes, I commented, I said, Tim is in over his head. He was in over his head because I don't feel like he was reading the room. Now, again, let me be clear. Tim Pool is far better at this than I am, so I'm not trying to sit back and, from the couch and just play quarterback. I'm not trying to do that. I'm simply looking at this for what exactly happened. And in that live stream, about 5 minutes before Ye walked out, I said, he's about to walk out. And the reason I said that was I was reading the room, and it was awkward from the beginning. Tim started out promoting TimCast.com or whatever, his website, trying to get people to become a member. And it felt really weird because I'm like, dude, you're not Piers Morgan. You're not Joe Rogan. And you're sitting in a room with three massive, massive personalities, and you just should have jumped right into it. Again, easy for me to say from this perspective, but like I said, I couldn't have handled what he was trying to pull off tonight. I'm not sure I would have put myself in that position, but at the same time, how do you turn the opportunity down? So I get it. But let's listen to what Kanye had to say where he walked out on Tim Pool. And if you look, I guess Tim was maybe trying to put his finger up like I want to make a point, because you could tell Kanye stops and he's smiling, but I think he was a little aggravated at Tim at this point.
You can't take their pain away. No one's going to denounce the fact that they tried to lock me up. That's what because every time I'm just holding stride, and it's like, I thought I was more Malcolm X, but I find out I'm more MLK, because as I'm getting hosed down every day by the press and financially, I'm just standing there. And when I found out that they tried to put me in jail, it was like a dog was biting my arm, and I almost shed a tear, almost, but I still walked in stride through it. Yeah.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you. Who
is they, though? We can't say who they is. The press. And financially, I'm just standing there. And when I found out that they tried to put me in jail, it was like a dog.
So right here, you see him keeps looking over at Tim, and it's like he's starting to understand Tim's wanting him to be quiet.
But I still...
And you see Tim's arm was up.
Yeah. I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who is they, though? We can't say who they is, can we?
Press. I'm not using the. I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking about.
It is them, though, isn't it? I mean, because
no.
because when you think about it, consider it. In 2018.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you afraid of the press?
He's gone. I'll say it right now. You guys want to bring that stuff up? And then
have
think
the
we're not going to have a conversation?
Like have the discussion.
Like you think he's going to come in here and say, here's my pain, here's my suffering. I'm going to say, I hear you. And then he's going to say, and it was Jewish people. And I'm going to be like, okay, but don't you consider it's like, I'm not going to do this. I refuse.
Go, make sure he's cool.
All right, go for it. Luke and I will have a conversation. So I can't say I'm surprised. What do I even do? Other than ask him, please elaborate on this. Are you referring to individuals, or are you quite literally blaming an entire group of people for the fact that powerful individuals are causing you harm?
I understand Tim Pool's perspective. I do. I do understand the position he was in. It was always going to be difficult at best to handle this moment. I just don't think that. Again, note, it's not any disrespect to him to say that he's not Joe Rogan. I just don't believe he was ever going to be able to handle these three personalities. I'm not sure Joe Rogan could have handled it, although he would have had a far better chance than Tim. Tim is still just a YouTuber, and we found that out tonight. He bit off more than he could chew. I say this with all due respect to him because I do think he's really good at what he does. But wow, this was a big problem. And then... another 5 minutes passes, or maybe it's 10 minutes, and I guess Luke wanted to get up and go check to see if he could get Kanye back. Like at that, Tim, in my opinion, Tim should have gotten up right now. Said, Luke, hold it down. I'm gonna go talk to the guys. Let me see if we can cool things off, and let me see if I can get him back in here. It was a tough situation, man. But ultimately, like, people have asked me, and again, I'm a nobody, okay? But people have said, "Oh, would you go on Tim Pool?" And I always say, like, I don't really want to go on Tim Pool's show because it's not there. You're not there to have a conversation with Tim. You're there to talk about whatever topics Tim wants to talk about. And if you don't know any of the topics, then you might as well just sit there and shut up. It's not like he's going to ask you questions about, well, what got you involved in this? And tell us a little bit about yourself. That's not really what happens on his show. And so for that reason, again, it's his show and it's his prerogative. That's why I don't really have interest in going on it. But I do like watching when he has certain guests on, and he's done a fantastic job. This just wasn't a great look tonight. It wasn't a great look. We're going to see what happens. But all in all, it was entertaining as hell. So we're going to see how this all plays out over the next few days. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.